Akira looks amazed at a solid gold watch that costs 890,000 yen. He would have never earned enough money through his old job to buy such a watch, so he takes it off the glass case and puts it on. Kensho grabs his attention to the more expensive watches that cost millions of yens. Akira wears a suit and takes some pictures with the expensive watches on, along with Kensho. Another goal crossed off the list, get a solid gold watch. Back at their camp, Akira figures out that they are out of water. Kensho informs him that the city blacked off too, and there is no signal as well, although their phones are charged. Apparently, they are the only two survivors left in the city. Kensho suggests it's time to take it seriously. The amount of zombies increases daily in the city. It is getting harder for them to get supplies as well. Akira ignores all that Kensho said, once he notices the sky. Due to the electricity cut out, light pollution is reduced, enabling them to see stars and galaxies. That reminds Akira of his family when they used to watch the stars together. Kensho assures him that they will be fine. Akira finds it is time to go back to his hometown, which he has not seen for a long while, to Gunma. They start packing. Kensho's idea is to pack light. He only takes the important stuff, like cook set, water, and canned food. He just needs to pick a couple of underwear in case he comes by a lady. On the other hand, Akira is packing his gaming console and other unuseful stuff, although they agreed on packing light, which enrages Kensho. Akira takes one last look at his small flat and then they start their trip. It would take regularly 4 hours of driving. But it's unknown how the roads would be now due to zombies. Akira wants one thing before they start their trip. He wants to cross another goal from his list. Traveling in an RV. Kensho finds it a great idea. They head to the camping car show, where they find the unexpected. Once they reach the place, Akira is stunned when they come across his crush Shizuka for the third time. It is definitely their fate to meet. She is here to get an RV too. Akira gets excited and asks her immediately to join them. She leaves him shocked and disappointed when she refuses. Because of her perspective, there is no benefit in making an alliance with them. Kensho chats with her and gets to know that she does not have a driving license. Surprisingly, she believes that an RV is the best way to survive in a zombie apocalypse. Akira interferes, mentioning that this was exactly what he said. Then with the help of Kensho, he tries to convince her to join them. Kensho takes advantage that she cannot drive, and convinces her this would be dangerous and there is a benefit to joining them now. When they insist, Shizuka accepts to join them. Once they enter the camping car show, Akira and Kensho lose their absolute minds. They go crazy about the RVs. They find an RV with trades, another one with a crane attached, and even an RV with a jacuzzi. Shizuka on the other hand is looking for the smartest choice for their circumstances. 4-drive wheel RV for the maximum output. A mid-size SUV would be a good choice for both on and off the road. And a hybrid crossover to save fuel. She finds what she is looking for, a red RV with what they need. In the background, Akira and Kensho fall in love with a 20 million yuan luxurious RV. Akira and Kensho want to take the 20 million yuan RV, while Shizuka insists on the red RV, considering it's the smartest choice. But Akira does not like the red RV, which even does not look like an RV. They argue about what RV to take. Kensho interferes and suggests that they can find an RV they both like. Shizuka finds it silly to choose an RV depending on the style they like. Ironically, she crosses by an RV that blows her mind. An RV that has the interior of a luxurious hotel. Akira and Kensho tease her for having double standards. Fortunately, they don't argue about it a lot. Their voice is so loud that it attracts hundreds of zombies. They get in a random RV and escape out of the place. But at least Akira crossed another goal from his bucket list. On the highway, driving out of the city, Kensho drives the motorcycle, while Akira and Shizuka are in the RV. The road is creepily empty. Shizuka thinks that people could not escape, due to the quick spread of the virus. Akira asks if she thinks it's really a virus. Shizuka believes so, depending on the data she gathered. There might be potential solutions, like creating a vaccine. Theoretically, the world has not finished yet, but there is still hope. That makes Akira think that there might be people out there working on a vaccine. Near sunset, they reach the exit of the city. They are closer to Gunma. Akira suggests stopping by a truck stop to find something to eat. As it is getting dark too, they should rest. Unexpectedly, they run into a spike strip, and before they know it, the tires explode. Kensho falls off the motorcycle, and Akira manages to stop the RV. He goes right away to check on Kensho, who is injured and bleeding, while Shizuka tries to understand what happened. In the blink of an eye, 3 buses block their way and surround them, with men wearing baseball clothes. Among them is a guy Akira knows very well, Chief Kosugi, his former chief on the exploitative company. Akira remembers when his old boss Kosugi used to shout at him for not finishing work, and how he used to treat him in a mean way, as same as all other employees. The chief did not expect that Akira would survive that long through the apocalypse. Akira shows his gratitude for seeing the chief again. He feels his stomach crushing and not being able to breathe. Kosugi can the situation Akira on. His tires are broken and his friend is injured as well. Kosugi offers to help him fix the tires, help his friend, and give them what they need. Kosugi states that he is glad to see Akira, and he is not giving up on a former employee. They have enough resources at the truck stop. Akira does not believe it, his old mean chief is willing to help him. It's not long before the true intentions appear. Kosugi is willing to help them, but only if Akira comes back to work for him. Akira's hands shake and sweat covers his face. Shizuka speaks and informs that she understands what he is doing. He ruins people's transportation and manipulates them to work cheaply for him. He denies it, stating that the spike strips are only for protection. Meanwhile, the zombies are getting close, giving less time for Akira. Kosugi tells Akira that he only has to work for 2 days. Then they can go. Akira finds no choice but to accept it, to save his friends. Kosugi introduces the truck stop to Akira. Akira's job is to load the dock and reinforce the barricade. Shizuka nurses Kensho, who luckily does not have fractions. He blames himself for what Akira is into. Shizuka states that it was all planned. He wishes they could change the tires, but they have only to tolerate for 2 days. Shizuka wishes it to be 2 days only. Akira works hard under the heating sun along with other people. He feels it's the same as his old job, but he reminds himself that he changed. He notices the beer and decides to cold it using the electricity generator and distribute it to the people. Kosugi suddenly appears behind Akira, irritated that he isn't at his workstation, and reminds him that he didn't assign him the task of getting beers. Akira starts to explain that he was chilling the beers for his colleagues, but his anxiety causes him to hyperventilate before he can finish. His boss sternly points out that using electricity to chill the beers would be wasteful. However, just then, Akira's entire baseball team arrives, enthusiastic about the cold, expensive beers. Kosugi jumps in, claiming that he indeed asked Akira to chill the beers for the team's enjoyment later. He adds that there will be beer for all the other employees as they plan to throw a party for Akira and his friends. The baseball team leaves, excited and impressed with the boss's generosity. Meanwhile, Akira stands in shock as he looks out the window and sees zombies pulling cargo. Kosugi uses them to do work for him. Kosugi explains that if they know how to utilize the zombies' strength, they can be valuable as laborers. His boss coldly states that the zombies are nothing more than tools with no free will, and all they have to do is work quietly. Kosugi compares Akira to the zombies, claiming he's just a piece of equipment, and says that he's even more useless than he thinks. He insinuates that Akira is only good for getting beer, and that's the cheapest use for him. After thoroughly humiliating him, Kosugi instructs Akira to return to work and start being productive. Meanwhile, Kensho asks Shizuka why Akira is enduring this degrading situation. Shizuka recalls that even when people know they are being treated unfairly, the fear of opposing the status quo often prevents them from taking action. As Akira reluctantly resumes work alongside the zombies, it becomes clear that the apocalypse hasn't stopped his boss from exploiting people. Will Akira manage to leave this job and continue his trip? And what destiny is waiting for the evil Kosugi? Sub to the channel now to miss the next recaps. More recaps can be found sorted in the playlist section. Like to support us, and see you in the next one.